From the director of Gladiator comes Beau's Afraid, Le Prelude, the French Revolution. Hi everyone, it's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. We're gonna raise some popcorn with Grant, everybody. And today we are talking about a movie, movies and TV. That's what we do here, and that movie is Napoleon. Napoleon is directed by Ridley Scott. It is a long in the works project. I believe a version of this movie at one point was going to be directed by the late great Stanley Kubrick, but now it is here, and this film is the story of Napoleon Bonaparte, played by Joaquin Phoenix in his reunion with Ridley Scott after Gladiator, and it's about how he, in the wake of the execution of Marie Antoinette, how he rose up in France in the late 1700s, becoming a very respected and very feared general, before eventually becoming the head of the French army, and eventually the emperor of France. And within those before ultimately the rise came the fall, and the story of his great battles, 61 of them, I believe, in total, many of which, honestly, are not seen in this film, because it's 2.5 hours long, and apparently 2 hours taken out will get there. It's also about his very tumultuous love, hate, and that in very much an equal measure, marriage to Josephine, and Empress Josephine, played by Vanessa Kirby, who is also quite terrific in this. And it's about the battle both on the battlefield and the battle on the battlefield of the domestic life, and it's about how Napoleon became went from being this sort of short, kind of overweight dude who's a total mama's boy, to being one of the most feared dictators and tyrants in the history of humankind. Let the battle begin. So, Napoleon is a movie that is terrific, flawed, but terrific. I will say that. I think this is a great film. Absolutely, this is a great film. Do I think that it is the most perfect version of the type of film it wants to be? Not really. But I will say this. First and foremost, the things that really work about it. Joaquin Phoenix. Oh my god. Can this guy do anything wrong? Ethan says, Cillian Murphy and Joaquin Phoenix are going to get nominated for Best Actor. Calling it right now. I can see it, man. I can see it. My guy, Luke, how's it going, buddy? But the other thing I will say, but he's just phenomenal. The other thing I'll say about this movie is it's surprisingly really funny. And I mean, seriously funny. Like, not unintentionally, but very much intentionally. Also, I will have to give credit where credit is due. Hit or miss as Mr. Scott can be as a filmmaker, one thing that is undeniable is the man can shoot a battle scene. Holy shit. The battles in this movie are really, really, really good. And I think that the movie's biggest... Vanessa Kirby's also terrific. I think the biggest downside to this movie is, first and foremost, is that there's almost a whole movie worth of material missing from it. Yeah, for those who don't know, this is this cut of the film is 2 hours 38. Apparently, on Apple TV, when it eventually comes there at some point, there will be a 4.5 hour cut. And almost 2 hours were cut out of this movie. And there are times where you could tell a little bit, not too distractingly, but you can tell. I will also say this, for animal lovers, there is stuff, really violent stuff involving horses that will probably upset you. That being said, I really love this movie. And what I love about this movie is that they thread, like I mentioned before, they thread the battlefield side of the Napoleon that we know with the domestic side, with his marriage to Josephine. And those scenes together, those elements together, threaded together, really make an interesting tapestry of this guy who really, 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 really thinks that he's Alexander the Great. He wants to be this next level thing, and one of the scenes that's in the trailer that is even better in the film is this really interesting juxtaposition where Lady Josephine is having an affair, and she comes back somewhat disheveled, and Napoleon makes her beg to be taken back by him. Essentially tells her to repeat after him that you are nothing without me. And then later, the next scene, in a more upbeat time, she turns it on him and says, "Okay, now you're nothing without me. Say it." And it's a really powerful moment. I also think the ending is really well judged. Where they choose to end the film is very well judged. Overall, despite the fact that I don't think it's as full a movie as I think it intended to be, and I think there are some moments that are a little uneven here, the sweep of this thing, and the acting in this thing, and just the scale of it, the epicness of it, really pays off. It's a really good film, and it's an interesting psychological study. And it's one of the better Ridley Scott films. It's right up there in his recent track record with The Martian and The Last Duel to me. Maybe not quite on the level of both of those. It's not going to be probably on my main best of list, but it'll definitely be a runner-up. Then that's where we're going to end it there. I'm going to give Napoleon, yeah, you see it, bang, 5 out of 5 stars. I can't plus it, but I might be able to plus the 4.5-hour cut, because I will be watching it. But at this juncture, it is a terrific film. Absolutely. Go see it. It's great. Yeah. So, 5 out of 5 stars for Napoleon. Let's close the book on it. Trailer trash. Let's talk some trailer trash. We actually don't have a lot today. I also saw it in IMAX, and if you're able to, go see this in IMAX. Alright, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, talked about it, looks good. Arthur the King, talked about it, looks good. Ferrari, talked about it, looks good. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Oh, I accidentally put Last Kingdom. Why did I do that? And the Lost Kingdom. Talked about it, looks good. I got my ticket. We are going on December 21st. Argyle, talked about it, looks good. Madam Web, talked about it, looks good. And was there shawarma? No, there was not. Alright, that is it. We will be back probably tomorrow night. Just depends. Either tomorrow night or Thanksgiving Day for my review of Good Burger 2. I cannot wait to check that out. On Thanksgiving, we will be talking about Genie, the new film from Melissa McCarthy and Richard Curtis, which is streaming on Peacock. And Friday, we will have a review of Saltburn, the highly anticipated, Emerald Fennell's highly anticipated follow-up to The Terrific Promising Young Woman. So that's coming up. And we also have other things coming up in the weeks to come, including Silent Night, Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, Godzilla -1, the re-release of the special edition of The Abyss, Waitress the Musical, The Boy and the Heron, a lot more stuff coming up. So, and Wonka, whatever. The remaining movies of the year, essentially, The Color Purple. So that's coming up, and that'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I love how class is missed. I love you 3,000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what it's supposed to do. Or so I've been told. Leave a comment, even if it's, "Hey, Grant, I like waffles." It really helps out. If you want to find me elsewhere, reviews, lists, and other fun stuff, you can check me out on letterboxd.com at RaisinUpPopcornGrant. Twitter, I am at RaiseGrant. You can find me on Facebook, Raisin Up Popcorn with Grant, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Raisin Up Popcorn with Grant. Serialized, all one word, lowercase, Raisin Up Popcorn. Check out my podcast, Raisin Up Popcorn the podcast on Spotify and Anchor. So if you already have it, if you haven't, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. And I want to know down below, what did you think of Napoleon? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below, let me know. And until we meet again, we were all raised on popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. Catch you guys next time. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.